Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okie dokie.
Okie dokie.
Okie schmokely.
Who's this okie dokie?
There's already 4 people waiting in the chat.
Really?
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Folks, you were in for some fun today, and I don't just say that haphazardly.
What's up, Tony? Last Pharaoh, PD Dubs.
Why am I not seeing the chat?
I don't know. I'm seeing the chat. I just popped it
Oh,
up.
there it goes. Mine's a little delayed for some reason. What's up, guys?
No, it's like you, just a little behind.
Just a little slow.
What's up, Terry?
A little slow. Terry Shields, fan guy. I'm glad we're getting people in here. Tell your friends this week. These episodes are gonna be a lot of fun. If you saw the pictures down, put up. Wait till you see our interpretations of them.
Yes.
What's up, Jordan? Nerdy Caveman, Jared.
What's up, Jared?
Jordan
What's up,
Fangenstein?
Jordan? What's up, Terry? What's up, PD?
I know that. What's up, Jordan?
What's up, Tony? There we go. There we go. Now
becoming a party.
My chat's working now. You know,
it's gonna be a fun night.
Yeah.
So what do you all think of Darren getting rid of the beard?
Does it look a little different?
He looks a lot different.
You guys think I look like I have a chin finally? Look at this. Look at this little gullet.
No, you're fat like me. You don't have a chin. You know what I will say, to be honest with you? I always thought you saying you're getting rid of the beard meant you broke up with Beth.
Well, if you've been around long enough, which you have been, you know that's almost happened a few times.
That's you really getting rid of the beard.
There you go. PD Dub says it looks like retro, Darren.
you should make that figure.
We should get Brian on that.
I think Brian already made retro, Darren.
Yeah, he did. Because that was a smaller beard too.
You're right.
So I guess I'm back to where I was when he made that.
No. You little beer belly still there. It's okay. Hey, listen, you're still the second smallest guy in the chat on the show, so it's okay. You know.
As far as height, Larry's taller than me.
Well, I meant weight.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know you were referring to LBSs.
We could go LBSs, or if you want to feel better, we could go stones. Because when you use stones, it doesn't sound as bad. It's like women's sizes, you know.
So what is that? What is that when they would reference that? Like, what is a stone? Is that 100 pound?
It's, like I don't know. It's up there. Yeah, I don't know the exact number. I just know it sounds better. Mm-hmm. How much do you weigh? Several stones. Stone. What's a stone? Well, you asked me what I weighed. I answered. Well, what about in pounds? Well, I don't go by pounds. Don't challenge my religion. Oh God! Yeah,
Jesus.
Retro Dad, you do look like you should. Is that figure in the room with you, or no? It's in the other place.
Yeah, it's. I don't even know where it's at, dude. You should see my room right now. It's nuts.
I was gonna say that figure now that figure probably really fits you well. Mm-hmm. Except for the fact that you do nothing but wear Halloween 3 shirts. Do we gotta do a Just Fund Me page for you? So it's like, help this man do a non-Halloween 3 shirt. Even though he has plenty of them, we'll pay him to wear something else.
All right, listen. So I have probably at least 60 to 70 horror shirts.
I know. So what are the odds?
But here's the thing. I wear a shirt, laundry gets done, it gets piled on top of the others, and I just grab off the top. You know what I'm saying?
But no, because that statistically doesn't work unless that's the only shirt you wash.
Well, if I wear it, and then it's the week, and then it gets washed, it gets thrown on top, and then I just grab it out of the drawer.
What's up, filthy animals? What's up, Special K?
What's up, Special K?
I understand that because, I mean, even like here, I wash the laundry at my house for my wife and kids. I do all the laundry. And so it seems like I wash the same clothes week after week after week because everything else stays in the closet and never gets touched. They just grab the shit out.
Or you don't let them buy enough of a wardrobe because you're buying toys, damn it. Take them clothes shopping.
Yeah.
I gave up my toy game. I don't collect. I don't collect very much anymore.
No, you collect fancy masks and statues.
We don't collect anymore, guys.
Any second now, he's going to be coming up with yeah, I'm actually going to be selling off something that I do correct soon. I'm going to probably sell off my bobblehead collection. That if you saw my office tour, I had no idea, but I looked some of them up. I'm like, wow, I could get myself a nice little funding for
Somehow.
the month of January is tough because I don't get I don't teach most that month, so I only get my regular check. I don't get a retro, well, not a retro, and overload. But that's cool. That's nice.
So let me tell you this. I wanted to tell you this, Craig. I forgot to tell you, and I don't mind saying it right now, but I did get a job offer.
Nice.
Working for the IU13 through a local school district.
Very cool.
And I would work all year and have summers off and still get paid.
Yeah, that's sweet. You could probably choose to get paid like 10 months. That's what I do. I choose to get paid 10 months because I can still work summer classes. But very nice, man.
I'm thinking about it. We'll see.
Wes, you misspelled fresh, right, buddy? Pat Ramon always has trouble typing. It's like he also forgets the D on his name too. It's crazy. Of course, that's the only time in his life he ever forgets about the D.
Oh wow!
Oh man, you were on it tonight, aren't you?
Jesus, absolutely.
You are coffeeed up.
I'm on fire.
I'm slow because I'm fucking drunk.
No, just say you're slow. Just leave it at that.
Okay, we'll just say I'm slow.
Like every one of us brings something. I bring, a sense of humor. Larry brings a guy with kids, and you bring a guy who knows how to connect the internet.
Yeah, the best part.
Yeah, Larry, otherwise we could talk.
No, we use Darren for his computer skills.
I know, Raymond. You see that? He really is a comedian.
I really know.
One of these days, we're going to get Craig on the show to do a stand-up bit for like 5-10 minutes. We will. We'll get him to do it one of these days. I'm looking forward to it.
Perhaps. Although I have pseudo-retired from comedy. I did for about 6 years, and I never,
How can you retire from comedy, though? You can't retire from that.
Yeah, but if you don't do it regularly, it gets stale. Your delivery goes off. You don't read the room as well. Your ability to perform it gets rusty,
Well,
and and if you're not working on new bits, like, listen, I make a lot of cheesy jokes to you. It's funny because we're friends, yada, yada, but I can't just get up on stage and make jokes about my sexually ambiguous friend, Darren.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yes, you can. Right now. No.
Don't worry. After today, the photos, Larry and Darren are not ambiguous.
Yeah.
And I decided, spoiler alert, Darren put his Snickers in his prison pocket.
Oh.
I'm letting it rest.
Get nice and moist.
And just let it get nice and soft.
Wait a minute. I just not thought about that. I earlier when we were talking about that, I didn't know what y'all were talking about. He did not have.
He did not. Nope.
No. Okay. Y'all will see later.
Do you know why? Because my high-ass wife decided to take the candy bar that I made and eat it the night prior to. I could have ran out. You're right. I could have ran out the next day and grabbed one, but
sure. So let's real quick. I know we're talking about a lot of fun stuff and people are listening. Here's why you should run and tell your friends to join in soon, because today's show is going to be a really good one. Not only are we tackling the movies, i.e., People Under the Stairs, Wes Craven, and Clue, but we do have an amazing photograph challenge that, Darren came up with, and I can't believe I went through with it, but I did. We also, for those fans of the old school mountain show with Darren and myself, we have a couple of mountain episodes coming up, and maybe a little Christmas nostalgia too.
That's right, a little Christmas nostalgia.
Maybe a little Christmas nostalgia. Hey, well, Des, how you doing?
Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Des. Everyone in the chat say happy birthday.
I did not know. I did not know. Happy birthday.
Yeah.
So would you like it with 7-Eleven? You want to start tackling the movie, buddy, or what?
Yeah, let's start the show, guys. There's 14 of you guys watching now, so we want to say thank you, guys. It's technically our second show, but my drunk has to leave the first one by accident. So this is going to be our first show on the channel.
Well, it's our first show. Just in case anyone's curious, I dominated the challenge, and it was a drinking one. So I'm just saying.
Wow. And I came in.
And he came in cat turd.
Yeah. So
Happy birthday, special K too.
And prior to jumping on tonight, Larry was being bothered by a fly in his room, and he killed it, and then he ate it.
Like a boss, because that's
Like
what you
a
do.
boss.
You teach
Like
them a
a boss.
lesson.
And let me just say before we even start, when we do challenges on this channel, we actually do them.
Yeah.
We don't lie. We don't fake it. Our challenges are real. So I just want to throw that out there.
No substitutions.
No substitutions. You know, no feeding their kids later on.
So what's that? What's that term, Darren? Keep it 100.
I'll keep it 100. Yeah. So anyways, guys, let's jump right into it. So thank you for joining us. This is Hot Cheetos and Blood, technically our second show, but first on the channel. We have a good lineup. Like Craig was just saying, we're going to do the picture challenge. Obviously, we're going to be drinking heavily because that's what we do. We like to bullshit with you guys. Feel free to ask any questions during the show. This chat is what keeps us moving a lot of the time. So if you have anything you want to say, just please say it. Obviously, we had 2 movies, and we try to do 2 movies every episode. So this week, our friend Tony picked People Under the Stairs, which we will review first. I picked Clue from 1985. That will be the second one that we review. And then we'll get into the picture stuff. And like Craig said, we'll do some mountain stuff. We also want to talk about some new news. Leprechaun Returns dropped yesterday.
Absolutely.
A few of us have seen that movie. It'd be interesting to talk about. Also, there's some new NECA releases, some prototypes that got released that I will show you guys pictures of today.
Sweet.
So let's just jump right into it. Let's talk about People Under the Stairs. What do you guys think?
No, why don't you take the reins this week? I started the last episode, and since Tony's not with us, you look the most like him. So why don't you go?
Okay. People Under the Stairs was that 1991, I believe. 1991. It was early 90s.
93 maybe? No?
I'm not exactly sure. Early 90s.
Yes.
Okay, so People Under the Stairs. In my opinion, it is an overhyped movie. Okay? The movie is interesting. I really like that. You know, it's another Wes Craven film. The movie, to me, is super long. It's a lot longer than I remember. It's almost a 2-hour film.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a few years since I watched it, so revisiting it this week was interesting. I forgot that it had the premise of a poor culture, a black culture film. I completely forgot about that point of it. It was cool to see like an young Ving Rhames, all Africaned out with his like African hat and like, you know what I mean?
You called it an African.
Well, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, back in the 90s, like a lot of black guys, they always wore like a lot of that like new aged like African colors and prints and stuff like that. So it was cool to see Ving Rhames before he was like a big star.
The views expressed by Darren Mitchell do not necessarily represent that of Larry or Craig in reference to various communities. Anyway, you don't.
Anyways, so it was interesting to see that aspect of horror because you really don't see a lot of that from the African American perspective. You know, we've seen films like Candyman, and then there's been
they prefer Black American, by the way. Just
whatever. But I'm just saying, like,
I think Ving Rhames is from the U.S.
Okay, let me talk.
What's up, Jay?
What's up, Jay? But anyways, so it's interesting to look back and you see some of these earlier, I wouldn't even say an early horror film, but like those early 90s films, just the music, the culture around that time. And as far as a film, like, as far as like a quality film, I think it holds up as far as like, I don't even know what I would characterize this film as. It's almost, well, I mean, it's a home invasion film. It's a home invasion film.
Dan, you almost sound like you're on the cusp of doing a rating. Why don't you stop with Larry, give his take, we'll go around, and then we'll get to the more nuances.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, sounds good. So this is actually, I would say, my first time ever watching this film. I seen it when I was a kid, so go back 20 years ago. and I didn't remember hardly anything about it except for a couple of scenes in the beginning. So at first, you know, it starts off, like I said, with the little poverty scene, which I thought was kind of played out and was no point to it. They could have just said, it could have went faster and just put it straight into the home invasion scene. So the movie was I don't know. It was I think it was a good movie. I don't consider it a horror. I don't know if it's a horror comedy. I don't really know what the hell it is, in my opinion.
Comedy.
I don't think that's a comedy. Yeah, I think it tried to be.
There was a lot of parts like, you know, okay, the part that surprised me the most is all of a sudden when, boom, the daddy runs out dressed in like a S&M suit, shooting up the house. Like, where did that come from? And of course, then later on, you find out they're actually brother and sister. And that was kind of weird. I do think Sean Whalen played a really good character for his short, kind of weird scenes where he was just running around, making noises, and daddy's just shooting into the walls randomly. I will tell you, okay, so one point I do not understand at all in this movie was when the cops come after the cops were called. They search the house, can't find anything, which is fine. They have all these hidden trap doors, but the guy did shoot up the entire house. There was holes in all the walls. He didn't just plaster the holes over the walls and cover them up. Like, how did they not see holes everywhere in the walls and just little things like that? The metal door that was pretty much bent up and broken into by him kicking it and the dog getting in was just perfectly like nothing happened. Back to normal. I don't know. Plus, you know, they didn't search the whole house, because if they would have searched the whole house, they would have searched that door that led down to the basement. It was sitting right there, plain as day, in the middle of the house. But it was all right. Hey, one thing I do like about this movie, it has nothing to do with the movie, but that main girl, what's her name? AJ Langer or something, the little girl.
Yeah.
She was the girl from My So-Called Life.
Yep.
And is now married to the damn, like, Duke of something. She lives in a castle. That's Jesus. Crazy.
Yeah, she found that was So-Called Wife was one of the last movies, I think, or last show she did.
It was cool to see Everett McGill do another role, like a main character role, the dad or whatever. Especially after we've been talking so much about Silver Bullet and stuff like that. So this was, like I said, 90, 91, 92. So it was, 6 years after he did Silver Bullet? And
that was the first thing I saw when I turned on the movie. Like I said, I hadn't seen it in 20 years. And we've been talking so much lately about Silver Bullet because of the figure you made.
Yeah.
And right when the movie starts, I'm like, holy shit, there's fucking Reverend Lowe.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool.
Okay. Yeah. I'm going to take a slight... I think I'm going to view it slightly differently than some of you might have. I think it was necessary to set up. You couldn't just do it as a home invasion. You had to set up whose house it was. Otherwise, it would be almost like Don't Breathe was, and you're feeling bad for them. Like, oh, who are they to just break in the house? So at least you know their asses. I don't like the fact that in today's world, that movie would be viewed so much more. Oh, it's a masterpiece of political satire. Like, so I'm glad that's not made today. I definitely had flaws, like you said. It was enjoyable. I think the kid who played Fool, I don't know what else he's done. I don't know if he's done a whole hell of a lot, but I enjoyed him immensely in the movie. I think he played his role well. I think he, and even the fact that he wanted to go back to help the girl when it's like he was free, he was queer, he was this. Like, I really think that's something neither of you mentioned, and I think that's like the heart of the movie. You know what I mean? Because ultimately, even though he's doing it for, Ving Rhames in his African hat is dragging him along and all that, he's doing it to get money because somebody's sick, and then he still shows how much he cares for the other one. Like, the holes in it though were all the kids under the stairs could easily have like broken free. I know they're traumatized and all that, but come on now. You know what I mean? And then when they did break free, everything ran amok, and then it's like, but the cops too, what Larry's saying, they didn't check out the house. I think that probably went more to their story of, well, the white couple says it's okay, so we don't have to investigate further. I think it just might have preyed more into the thing they were setting up.
See, there's so much more I want to say, but I don't want to say it because I don't want to come off racist. I really don't. Like, I really don't. I know, then don't. I know. But if you're breaking it down, like, as a movie, and you know me, the social aspect of things like that, we wonder why today things are the way they are. You know, a black man's obviously going to rob somebody. Like, that's the mentality of, like, of the white population. It's like, well, it was set up in film like this. You know, Ving Rhames called it as work throughout the film. Like, you can't deal with this kind of work, you know, robbing people, you know, robbing the rich white and stuff like that. So it's like, and then it goes back to, okay, so the only one that wanted to help them was the young black kid, right? That you know, hasn't lived life yet and seen the hardships of being a black adult that has to pay taxes and gets fucked by the landlord and stuff like this. Like, so it's like, I hate to take that stance on it, but it's like that we wonder why things are the way they are today in 2018, because even film in the early 90s was setting that shit up, was setting people's perspective up for failure with different races and like how you view other people and stuff like that. So it's like, that's the best way I can say it without seeming too whatever, you know what I mean? But it's like, I don't know. It was one of those movies that I think that, I'll be honest, I think it was a boring film. I'm just going to say it. I think that if you look at the movie as a whole, I think not a lot happened. The main like excitement of the film is when the father started going after Roach, and the daughter explained that Roach disappeared and he wasn't in the basement anymore. He's been hiding in the walls, and I don't know.
But you gotta admit, you don't like slow burns. Like, there was a lot of slow.
There was no climax to the film.
But there was a huge climax to the film. But there was so much pacing to it, with people hiding from one place to the other. Like, yeah, no huge action is happening because you're only dealing with so many characters. You know, you're not going to have that amount of action. Essentially, you have the two antagonists in the house, and then you have 3 protagonists, and the girls kind of maybe is one or not. So you have the Wallen character, and you have Fool, and so it's a slow build. Like, my question for it is this: like, I'm reading into it, I say the same thing you are. Do you think he meant that? Like, was that what Wes Craven was thinking about? Because you're not wrong. One of the things I teach my students when we do cover prejudice, social psychology, is you have to be careful of the role that sort of like social norms and media scripts play. Like, when you see movies, if you don't have a chance to run stuff for yourself, a lot of the shit you're learning about this world comes from movies and TV. If you grew up in a diverse area, like, then you make your own opinions. It's different. You're not as heavily influenced. But so, do you think that's what Craven meant? Do you think now it's one of those things like we're giving him more credit than he deserves, or for him it was like, no, I just wanted a bad neighborhood and a creepy family?
I actually think that Wes Craven got sucked up in the whole diversity thing around that time in the 90s when hip hop culture came out and everyone was trying to make some money off the black man. I'll be honest with you.
Well, you didn't see that anywhere in those other movies, though.
It doesn't matter, though. There's we watched documentaries about how there was a transition of time from the 80s through the 90s to the 2000 aughts, that there was abuse of African American actors and portraying them a certain way in film. And I think that this movie would not be made today. It wouldn't be made in that way, where there's black people that are poor and they're getting abused by the rich white guy that owns the fucking town pretty much. And he's going to, and it's going to play out that way. It wouldn't happen. It wouldn't happen today.
Okay.
It was a product of the time.
It wasn't just black people. It wasn't just black people. Yeah. I mean, the main guy that tried to break in the house that was the leader of them was a white guy.
I get it, but he was a shitty-ass, ghetto-ass white guy living in the slums. And at the end of the movie, when everyone shows up on the porch, they're all black.
No,
most of them are. It was the old black guy on the porch.
I would say it wasn't a race issue; it was a socioeconomic status issue.
Well, that's what I mean. Okay, so maybe I'm saying it wrong, but that's what I mean by that. It's like it was a product of the time.
Yeah, but that's one thing. I agree with most of what both of you have said about the movie. I'm probably going to rate it a little bit higher than you. Like, if you remember when we did our Marilyn West Craven, this was one of my top 4. So I do enjoy it. Albeit it has its warts and all, but I don't think this was times, because I know Wes Craven's like trying to think of all his movies, and like this is an outlier at best. So it's like, if he was trying to do all of that, where else did he go into that in his movies? Like, you don't see that in any of his other films. It's like he has, Hills Have Eyes, whites. You have Rest House on the Ref, white rapist, not a black guy threatening a white girl.
This movie, this movie, in my opinion, was targeted toward that viewership. Even the music that played was hip hop music throughout the film. You can go back and listen to it. It just didn't. I just feel like it was a moneymaker at the time. I think that it was trying to be edgy for the time. Think about it. 1991, dude. Like, the hip hop started coming up in the late 80s, the late 80s, and then it was early 90s when everything was so mainstream that everyone was jumping on that. Everyone was jumping on that bandwagon. It doesn't matter if it was Wes Craven or any of these other guys.
But
I'm not saying that's a downfall from the film itself.
No, but I don't think
that's the angle they took.
But I don't think they did. Like, that hip hop angle is, they was fun certain hats, and they had some music indicative of the neighborhood. You know what I mean? I love the fact that we got as deep with this as we did. I think that's good.
Well, because I think that's how we have to break these movies down. I think that it's beyond just the narrative of the story.
Let me throw this out. We got a bunch of people in the chat. What do you think? I don't think me and Dan and I are disagreeing. I think he's just going a little further. What are your thoughts on it? Like, what are your thoughts? Do you view it as it was a good movie. The kid got trapped in the house. It was scary. Or do you view it as, I think it could be made today, because it would be made today. It would be championed. Just like you saw with.
But if you're watching it just as, if you were to replace, let the African American.
See, there you go. Phil said Bones with Snoop Dogg. That's one going along with, or Tales from the Hood. That's going with.
I don't think that was as early, though.
No, it wasn't, but that's going along with tropes.
Well, yeah, but and Ghost Dog. There's so many other ones we can.
Yeah, I agree. PD, I think, is a little more on board with me. Yeah, but there's a bunch. But you know what? What are your final numbers on this? I know Tony really enjoyed it, and now he's upset with pissing on him.
All right, well, hold on. Let me go, because I haven't got to talk very much. So, no, I really liked the movie. I think it was a good movie. It was a different kind of movie. I never saw, when I watched the movie, I didn't think about any of that stuff. I was just thinking about, fuck ups in the movie, like I said earlier, there was no bullet holes when the cops came. At the end of the movie, these people couldn't get out the entire movie, but at the end, they just bust through cabinets and walls and floors with ease. So, I mean, I like the movie. I don't think it's a fucking perfect movie. I'm not giving it a 10, but I don't think it's a crap movie at all. I'll just put my rating out there. I'll give it a 7.5. I actually liked it.
Okay. Darren, let me go.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Before I give my rating, the thing with them breaking through, that goes because now they thought they could. Like, they were always so scared. And now that they're like, wait, no, now's our time. I think that's why they were able to sort of break themselves out of it. What do you, Larry? You said 7.5. I'm pretty much on board with that. I love that premise in general. It's actually one of my favorite movie premises. When someone breaks in a house, and then I even love that scene in A Bronx Tale when the bikers wouldn't leave the bar, and then Chaz Montero is like, "Well, I asked you to leave. You said no. Now you can't leave." And then they got the shit beat out of them. Like, that premise is great. So it was in that. You saw that in Don't Breathe. You saw that in the movie called The Intruders with the girl with agoraphobia. So that premise alone was enough for me to enjoy it. I think that kid killed it. I really do. That kid Fool, I think, did really well. I'm gonna probably go. I want to go a little bit higher than that. I'm going to go 7.75.
There you go. You guys are killing me.
Well, I'll tell you what the chat has said so far. There's been a 5.
Listen, I take all your points as valid. I really do. Okay. That's a 5.5 movie, in my opinion. That movie was boring as shit. I think that it is definitely glorified beyond what it should be. Nothing happened. There was no gore. There was no cool kills. There wasn't anything that like would make me want to watch it over and over again. I think I've seen it 100 times over my lifetime.
Suspense, damn it! Suspense is a good thing. If you create suspense,
no, there wasn't any suspense. You have fucking Vin Rames putting his head in a fucking vent.
Oh wait, they were
in there like he fell asleep. Yeah. Like when he knows the fucking family is home. Like it just the plot was okay. The narrative was okay. But for a 2-hour movie, there wasn't a lot going on. There really wasn't. They were chasing each other around the house a little bit, hiding here and there. The little girl started having a little bit of a relationship with the little boy. Not like a relationship, but a little friendship. And other than that, it was.
I'm picturing Darren's like, and that wasn't okay.
All right, so hold on.
It was a dumb movie.
The chat. PD Dubs gives it a 5.
Yeah, I agree.
5. Dez 6.5. Tony, of course, a 9. Jay gives it a 6. Jay gave it a 6 due to the GIMP outfit. Special K 6.5. Phil 7.5.
Now, does Jay's 6 go higher or lower because of the GIMP outfit?
I think Jay likes GIMP outfits.
Okay, so it goes up. It almost sounds, you know what this sounds like? It's like the audience. I think we had to do a really good job with it because the audience is right in the middle of us. Me and you on one side, Dan was on the other, and for the most part, they were all there. Tony being an outlier.
Yeah, but Phil, I'm reading your comment, Phil. The reason I've watched it so many times is because it was so fucking over dramatized. It was so everyone's like people on the stairs, people on the stairs, people on the stairs. It's not a good movie.
We love you, brother. We know you. How about this?
I'm just
going to make one statement, then we're going to move on. The other producers, whoever the next segment is. But you want to talk about a goddamn movie that Darren masturbates to that doesn't have anything going on, that lasts a lot longer than 2 hours, The Shining.
I don't masturbate to that. I think that movie's boring as shit too.
You love that movie.
It has some premise to it. You love that movie. It has a psychology behind it.
I absolutely hate The Shining. I hate The Shining.
Let's move on. What is our next segment there, boss?
I'm not done talking about how shitty this movie is. I'm sorry.
Right. I'm gonna go pee. I'm doing.
It is so overglorified. Guys in the chat, is People Under the Stairs given more love than it should be in horror?
No. I don't think people fucking talk about the goddamn movie.
When you talk about 7.5s and 9s and this and that, like
no, well, Tony picked it because it's one of his favorite movies, so that's understandable. Well, but that's essentially it's like saying, "Hey, do you think Tony has bad movie taste?" You know,
I don't think that. I think that Tony might have watched it early on in his life. I think Tony might have an attraction to that film because it was something he had seen and grew up with. But for somebody that doesn't, and you watch it as a real film and watch the narrative, and it was just even the fucking comedy was cheesy. The fucking kid walks in the room, he goes, sees the money room, and he's like, "Well, that's why there's no money in the ghetto." That's just not funny. It's
not meant to be. It's not definitely not. You use the word comedy.
Yeah, but Wes Craven let that shit slip. Wes Craven's just as part of the fucking tragedy of that movie.
I will say Wes Craven probably does not know how to write for a young black male. That's probably true. But I will say this. You say it's overrated.
It's overrated.
I don't think it's overrated because I don't hear people. Help me out, chat. Maybe I'm wrong. You know, if I'm wrong, tell me. Do you hear a lot of people talking about this movie?
Over the years.
Like when you think of Wes Craven, what do you think of? You think of Scream. You think of Hill Has Eyes. You think of Kruger. I rarely hear people talking about this. Think of horror cons. How often do you hear the horror con? And from People Under the Stairs, we have blank. I happen to have the Kids Order Fool. I do have it. I got it at a fight at
What's chat? Help me out. What's Roach's real name? What's Roach's real name? I follow him on Facebook.
John Whalen.
The motherfucker acts like he's a fucking big shot.
But he's been in dozens of movies.
That was a start. That was a start.
Yeah, but he's been in dozens. I don't know if that was his first one, but he's been in dozens of them. So like he's not big because of that. He's a big horror.
Sean Whalen, that's right.
He's a big horror character actor, you know. But it's like, but yeah, Phil, I'm not even saying that. Do you think people talk about it? I don't hear people talking about like I don't. It doesn't get like it's. You know what I mean? Like even Jay with Fight Crate. Okay, how often does that even come to mind? Oh, I should do people understand, like because people aren't necessarily reaching out and asking about it. You know what I mean? So I don't think it's hyped. I think maybe because some of the people like me, Tony, that you talk to, name it. I don't think a lot of people talk about it.
The coolest part of that movie was when they shone the light through the fucking rafters and it looked like a Hellraiser film. That was the coolest part of that movie. And then hearing them, making noises. You know what I mean? And then you find out that the family or the brother and sister were stealing people over the years. You know, that was the coolest part about the movie. But as far as like a narrative of a film, shitty ass narrative. There was no kills. There was nothing that was interesting. Other than the one guy that broke in with them, right, in the van in the beginning, and they slowly drug him out. But all you saw was a bite on his hand. Like, there was nothing intriguing about it. I don't know.
By the way, Sean Whalen's been in like 128 movies, and just scrolling through them, it looks like 50 to 60 of them are horror movies. So that's why he pops up in a lot of those things.
Well, yeah.
Even though the tiny.
He's a creepy looking motherfucker that has no dental fucking plan. That's the only reason he gets hired for shit. I mean, if we're being honest here.
All right, we're almost 40 minutes into this. Let's move on.
I got to ask Jared one question. One question. When you were younger, did an uncle molest you wearing a People's Under the Stairs T-shirt? Because that could be why you don't like the movie so much. Like something happened psychologically.
I'm sorry. A movie like that turns into a movie that is like, it's just so, it doesn't matter. Like it made no impact in the horror genre that would make you be like, oh, that's a fucking great movie. You know, there's nothing good about it. Let me ask you this.
Was it the first movie? Like I said, I like that movie, John, a lot. Was it the first movie where you break in a house and you get trapped there?
Probably not. I'm sure not.
I'm curious. I'm just like, I know, like, I'm not talking about like the ghost movies where you got to spend the night and you're locked in by the ghosts. Like, you know that in advance almost, but it might, I don't know. Anyway, what's next, buddy? Larry is right. We're almost we're at 8:40.
I'm sorry, guys.
Let's move on.
Phil,
the movies are fun to bitch about. That's the whole point. We all fucking have our own opinions on them. So,
God, I love you, Phil.
But we don't need to run on forever about one movie.
By many people.
What was your rating again?
Who?
You. 7.5?
7.5.
Oh my God. And you did 7.75?
I did not know about that, Des, but I bet it is. Yes. So what's next, buddy? Are we going to do a mountain? Are we going to show some awful photos? And how are we going to do the photos?
I got it.
Are we going to put them on the guild and people are going to vote for them? Like,
no, we're going to vote right here in the chat.
In the chat. So we're going to show all three and whoever did the best three, or we're going to vote each one individually?
Yes.
I think we should do individually. Each photo.
So, Darren, can you show all three of each one simultaneously?
No, I have to pull them up.
He'll have to do one by one.
All right. So here,
can you show the first picture first? The original picture.
Yeah. Okay.
So I think
this is your time for participation. Your votes count.
Can you click on make sure it's just your screen?
Yep. Okay, guys. So let me lower this. So let's start with this one. It'll be funny.
Well, show them the picture we got to do first. Don't just click on me.
I am.
Okay. It looks like you're clicking on just me. There we go.
All right. So this was our first photo that we had to represent.
And by we, you picked the photos, just so people know.
Yes, this week or this show, I picked this one. So we all had to represent this in some way. So let's just jump into this folder here, and we're just going to show some photos of Larry.
Only one of each. Remember,
pre-dressing. God damn, he looks so good. Look at this. So this is Larry, but Larry, we want you with the wig, right?
Oh, definitely.
Okay. So this is Larry's submitted photo. What do you guys think?
I think the first one killed it better, personally.
Well, he looked like Buffalo Bill in the first one.
No, he looked like Hilary Swank.
He did nail it. This is Craig's. Where are we at here? Oh, Jesus. This is Craig. Did you dye your fingernails black? You dirty bitch. This is Craig's. And here is mine. Oh, man, I don't know which one. I think I'm going to do this one. I think I'm just going to do this one. Oh, Jesus. All right, guys. So we need some voting on the first images for this one.
So for Larry, it would be number 1. For Craig, it would be number 2. Yes, I did. See, look at that, Jay. Beautiful. And for Darren, it'll be number 3.
Yep.
Vote
so
now.
1, 2, or 3.
Actually, do you want them to vote in order so you get like second place vote too?
No, we'll just let it ride in the chat for a little bit. See what people say.
Okay.
So well, that's up to you guys. Larry, highest paid prostitutes right there. Yep.
Yeah, dude, I think Larry, someone should put us. Someone should put us on. I bet some of us would get hits on like. Uh-oh.
If anybody wants me to dress up and send them pictures, then let me know.
Well, Darren, we look like we're done.
We lost the first pick.
I'm gonna give Larry this. Dude, Larry, that first one, not the one with the wig. See, that's you kind of cheated, Sean, too. But the first one, you fucking killed it. That was really good.
And for everybody, just make sure y'all know I did not do my own makeup. I'm not like that. Not that talented. That was all my wife. So thank you, Bree.
He's
not like that. Like, what are you saying, Larry? Like what?
I'm not a cross dresser. I'm not good at doing my own makeup.
Dude, Larry looks so sexy. The other night we were chatting and he still had his makeup on. He was fucking fire, dude.
Okay. Now show the chocolate one.
Okay, so we're gonna chocolate this out.
I think if I have any chance of winning one of these, it would be this one.
All right, guys. So this is the second photo that we had to represent. Let me click on myself. There we go. So we're going to start with Larry, number 1. So here is Larry's pick. Oh, my God. Ew, look at it beating on his chest.
You know what it looks like?
It looks like he has some fucking disease or something.
He looks like Channing Tatum's character in the End of the World right after Danny McBride shit on him.
Oh, hey, you know what? I'll take being Channing Tatum any day, brother.
Oh, God.
I'm also next to the toilet, in case y'all don't know, so it makes it look like I'm
I see you leaning on the fucking bowl. All right, so we got number 1. That's Larry. Let's go here. Let's see Craig. Oh,
and
my
note
God.
yourself.
Look at this big bastard.
Yeah.
There we go.
Look, Ma, no hands.
What the fuck is in your mouth? Is that like a...
2 Snicker bars.
What is that? Oh my God, it is 2 stickers. Look at how you can see the separation.
I know.
Oh my God.
I know, like I said, if I had a chance, it would be this one.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. So we got Craig. And then I haven't decided which photo I want to do, so I'm just going to do... Where am I at here?
Do the first one.
This one? Yeah. Oh my God. This one. I don't remember. So.
No to everyone who votes on this thing. There is clearly no Snicker bar anywhere to be found.
Yes, because Beth got high and ate the fucking Snickers bar the night before.
And he clearly didn't wash off his makeup from the previous shoot, just saying.
Oh my God. Yeah, so you guys decide. Number 1, Larry. Number 2, Craig. Number 3, me.
Although after they vote and the voting's done, show your other picture.
The other one?
Yeah, after they vote, show the picture of you just pouring it in your mouth.
Oh God. Ooh, I got one from Jay.
Oh, he's your partner, damn it.
So we got a 2. So we got a Craig for 2.
Yeah, don't tell me.
Josh Rowe gave you. You're getting a bunch of votes.
No, Craig. I know. I think it looks like I'll get this one.
All right, so Craig got this one. I'll show you guys the other ones I did just for fun. Let's see.
I'll be honest. I was scared you were going to show the one where you're pouring your mouth. I probably would have lost.
Here's another one. That one was my sexy trying to be sexy.
No, that's the one you just showed, I think.
No, I had 2 of them. This is the other one.
Yeah.
Oh God. Yeah.
Pay attention to the next one, Raymond, with the tattoos.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
Oh, I forgot to show this one too. I look like a pageant girl. That's fucking dumb. Oh my god. Yeah.
Now, if you were the one in that house, Fool would not have rescued you.
Oh, Jesus. All right, guys.
Now, show them the last one.
All right. So, the last photo for this challenge for the week.
By the way, Special K, we'll vote these all up in Guild of Correctors for you guys.
No,
I'm willing to.
We'll do a winning montage photo.
Okay. Yeah, do that again. Do a
Shut
screenshot.
up, Larry. You look fucking beautiful. You look so beautiful.
Okay. I'm not worried about, our friends. As long as
I'll be honest with you, I showed me and Drag to my dean today, and he just got a kick out of it.
Oh yeah, I showed my bosses. I just don't know about the big corporate bosses.
Oh, dude! But then if they try to fire you, you know how much money you can get?
Yeah, show them. Fuck it.
How dare you sue me? That's the same reason my boy Dak. No, just
I know, right? Jesus. All right, guys. So here's the last one. This is the last photo that we had to represent this month, or this. Yeah, is it a month? I don't know how many times we're doing these shows.
3 weeks.
2 weeks.
Since our last episode, it's been a month.
So this is the one we had to kind of represent
Thanksgiving
to some extent. So we will start with number 1, Mr. Larry Mark. Oh God, with his Pennsylvania Dutch. What is it called? Eggnog. Jesus Christ. Drop your balls here. So that is number 1.
Mm-hmm.
We have Mr. Craig.
Before you show mine, though, 2 things. Pay attention to tattoos, and that is a giant Jameson's bottle. It's not. It's real.
That's a 5th?
That's yes. That's actually the same bottle that we finished. I still didn't get it off my floor.
No.
1.75 gallon.
I don't know what the fuck it is.
Take a look at the arms.
Larry said Darren gives better than Raymond. Oh my God.
Is it true?
You might. I'm not really sure. And then here's mine, which I am excited to show you guys tonight because I keep it 100% every fucking time.
Picture.
Oh, man.
You got a BB gun in there?
You notice I have a nice grill. I keep it 100 on the cheek, 100% liar on the forehead. I got a gun, So let's just let that simmer for a second. You guys can make a decision for yourself.
Rolling that rock, boy.
Rolling that rock. Rolling that rock.
Rolling down the.
You know my favorite thing about that picture?
What?
You're holding the gun with your painted fingernail.
Yeah.
That's what he calls his bling finger.
Yep. So there you go, guys. That is our so get your voting in.
It looks like Darren won easily.
Oh, so it looks like we all won one.
1-1-1. That's what I'm talking about.
So does that mean we all have to drink?
I think so.
Okay. I know you only have your coffee. It's fine, Craig. Chug your coffee.
I think it was fun though. This was a good. I give it to Darren. Definitely. I had my sister put that shit on my eye, and then she even she said she fucked up, but she did it on purpose. She put that 18-hour lipstick or something that doesn't wipe off. So that took me forever to get off. By the way, can we see your finger? He still got his fingernails painted.
Hey, talking about that, I'll tell you something. So last night, whenever Bree was doing, I told her to write whatever on my forehead she wanted.
Yeah.
And she wrote, which I didn't care about what she wrote. Yeah. After she wrote it, I'm like, okay, I'm walking around the house. She goes, you better go wash that off. And I was like, what do you mean? She goes, because that's 18-hour fucking lipstick pen or whatever she wrote on me with. I was like, God damn it.
I didn't get my makeup off until this morning, or right before the show.
I don't think you have it all full, to be honest with you. Something I give it. Listen, let me say this to anyone in the chat, which I think it's Des. Kudos, because makeup is fucking hard. Never again.
Here's what I want to say. Here's what I want to say about makeup. So for the females watching, God damn it, how do you put fucking eyeliner in your eyes without making your eyes wet? Like,
oh my God, what hurting?
Dude, just like Beth was like poking the shit out of my shit, dude. Like putting eyeliner on and shit. There's no fucking way.
Yeah,
no I was waiting like,
what?
The pain.
Every day? How do you fucking do that?
Listen, Bree was sitting there putting that fucking eyeliner around my eye, and I swear to God, she was stabbing me in the eye. But she said, she said, I'm not even close.
No,
I said, no, stabbing me, and it fucking hurts.
Mm-hmm.
I looked in the fucking mirror, and my eyes were bloodshot red, and like I was damn near crying.
I think Megan got a kick out of it too. She's like, you know, in her mind though, she's like, I never thought I'd be in a place where I was putting makeup on my brother. Mm. Of course, I think Bree and Beth's was. I never thought I'd be in a place where I put makeup on my husband.
It was funny. I went to get beer today. I was telling these guys, and like I put the beer up on the counter with my nails like this. You should see how many fucking looks I got. I was about to be like, yeah, me and my wife role play. What's wrong? What of it? What of it?
Yelled at all. Oh God.
Well, that's cool. We all three won one, so we should be proud of ourselves.
That was good.
That was really a fun one. I was fucking when you first said it, I was like, okay, and then you showed the pictures. I was like, okay, but then I was like, you know, this is gonna be actually fun.
Yeah.
And, you know, everybody I showed Bree, and Bree was all excited, like, yay! I get to go put makeup on you and do all this shit. Hell,
that was a lot of fun. And we have, not gonna tell you yet, you find out at the end of the show, but we have a really fun one. We got one next week that, next show that'll be great.
Yep, that'll be announced at the end of the episode.
I'm just saying. So, would you like to? I know it's not quite 8 o'clock, so you don't want to start the next movie. For those of you who might be fans of the old show that Darren and I did, would we like to do a mountain, Darren?
Mm-hmm.
So I'll introduce it sort of like that was, you know, my spiel. And they're still up, by the way. There's like 5 of them. I don't delete shit like Darren does. The idea behind the mountain was like a top 4 ranking, i.e. Mount Rushmore. And like Darren wanted to do 2 mountains today. And we're going to do one now. We'll do one a little bit later. But I think we're going to start with one just because it's a sexy beast that Darren's madly in love with.
Yeah.
Top 4 Dee Wallace movies.
Yep.
Top 4 Dee Wallace.
In my opinion, and I think others would agree, Dee Wallace is one of the best female actors in a horror film. If you were to break it down as the mother character or the even the protagonist, you could say protagonist. You could also say the mother character. I mean, we can go as far as E.T. You can say whatever you want to say. But Dee Wallace was very prolific in her career. And I actually beat the shit out of myself for not meeting Dee Wallace last year. Mm-hmm. When I saw her, nobody was at her table. And it was a perfect opportunity to walk up to her and say hi to her and tell her how much I enjoy her body of work and her body. But, I didn't. So when I get the opportunity the next time, I definitely will. And, yeah.
Maybe she'll be at the next Monster Mania.
Yep.
Who knows?
E.T.
But would you like to go first, Darren?
So we're starting from 4 to 1?
Yeah, but this is always a tough one. It's always tough for me to put for me the 1 and 2 is going to be easier, but my 3 and 4 are, they could be interchangeable. So yeah, 4 to 1.
All right, so Larry, go ahead.
All right, well, my number 4, I'm not going to be like, Darren and say multiple things or change them up. But number 4 I was torn between 2 movies. So I'll go ahead and just right fast knock out my number 5, which was Hills Have Eyes. And I really wanted it in there. But number 4 is Critters. I fucking love Critters. And I wish it would be higher because that's one of the best. Well, I can't say a whole series is ever, but number 1 was awesome.
Okay.
And I will always love that movie. It's nostalgia, it's just nostalgia. And she did, I think, a fucking awesome job. Well, she does an awesome job in all of her movies, but Critters number 4 for me.
Okay. Oddly enough, since you did the top 5, I'll throw in Howling would be my 5th, but I have Critters as 4 too.
There we go.
Ooh. My number 4 is going to be Close Encounters of the Third Kind. It's going to be my number 4.
I saw that movie once a long time ago.
Dee Wallace was great in that. Another surprising mother role that we often see her in.
Okay.
So I'm going to say Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
I will say this now before we're going to talk about a different mountain later on about Christmas movies. As much as we like Dee Wallace, she might be in the worst horror Christmas movie ever made. You know, but just saying. Well, that's a little preview for maybe our last segment.
Okay. I see what you're saying.
You're up there, Larry.
All right. So number 3, I don't know if a lot of y'all know this movie, but it is a good movie, and it is called Popcorn. I actually love the movie Popcorn. It's cheesy, kind of a shitty cheesy, but I like cheesy movies. And it pretty much the movie surrounds her life, actually, with her kid and her ex. So,
yeah.
And the only Dee Wallace autograph I have is actually on a Popcorn poster.
Nice.
So, Popcorn number 3.
That was with Jill Chalene.
I'll be completely honest with you. I've never seen Popcorn all the way through.
Oh my God! You know what?
Not all the way through. I've seen it in parts. I've seen the whole movie, just not consecutive all the way through.
Yeah, I'll give a little spoiler. You're gonna hear that one again, just not yet. This is where it gets tricky when you like Dee Wallace movie. What does it mean? Because there's movies where she plays bigger parts. There's movies where she plays smaller parts. But if she's in it, does it count? Because if that's the case, my number 3, and she doesn't have a big part in it, but it's one of my probably top 20 favorite movies. So I have to put it here. Darren, get ready to hate it. House of the Devil.
That's newer.
Yeah, 2007.
I've never seen it, so
Darren doesn't like it because it's
boring as shit.
Super slow burn. And her part's small in it, but we did technically say movie she's in and all that stuff. Yeah.
If you like it, you like it. That's why we do this.
But I was just doing it as far as a is it a her movie? Is it a movie she's in? That's splitting hairs. But yeah, House of the Devil, great film. Great film. Who's next?
So is it on me?
Darren, number 3.
The Hills Have Eyes is my number 3. The Hills Have Eyes.
Very nice.
Was great in that film. So that was earlier than that was earlier than Close Encounters of the Third Kind, because I think Close Encounters came out late 80s, right?
Wasn't that late 70s, early 80s? Yeah.
Hills Have Eyes, late 70s, early 80s.
I think it was late 70s.
It might have been before. It might have been before Close Encounters for sure.
Like Craven's first movie was the Rest House on the Left, but I think it came out shortly after that.
Mm-hmm. But obviously, we all love. I mean, I would say most people like the original Hills Have Eyes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. I think that's a yes.
I don't think you could debate that.
I think that's a yes for horror fans. I don't know if I think you got to be a horror fan to like it. Otherwise, it's probably a bit much.
Yeah.
Even Hills Have Eyes, I just right fast. I mean, even the remake was fucking awesome, in my opinion. So
Josh, you're right. She did play on The Witch and Hansel and Gretel. She's been in so many good movies.
Well,
like she doesn't get the love that she should get. I mean, a lot of people know her movies and stuff like that, but it saddened me when I saw her at a convention and not a lot of people were walking up to her. And I should have done it at the time, and I just didn't. And it would have been a perfect opportunity to sit down with her and like have a 10-minute conversation where nobody was like up our ass, I should have done that. Just because
the Crust mentioned Dead to Ass Sandwich, so Death House, and I only mentioned that because from the preview, she has it looks like she has a decent role in that movie. I haven't seen it yet. I actually have it queued to watch next time I get a chance. For me, Replicon was the thing that took priority. But she actually looks pretty legit in the movie, even though the movie itself, some people haven't been a fan of.
Hell yeah, I haven't seen Death House, but I'm fucking ready. I want to see it.
I We just gotta, watch.
Hold on.
All right. Well,
who's your number 2, Larry?
All right. So my number 2, of course, is a badass movie, fucking Cujo, where she, I think, plays an awesome character in, being the mama and shit. I mean, I guess being the badass really in the movie. She plays the man in the movie, really. So Cujo is my number 2. Awesome movie.
Do you think Cujo would be better if the kid died?
No.
No, he was supposed to.
Yeah, I don't care. I wouldn't want to see that.
He was supposed to die of like dehydration or something after everything. After they free the dog, he was supposed to die.
Really?
Yes.
That would have been that would have been crazy.
Well, it would have been sad, but it would have been one of those endings you talk about. I tell you what, I'm me and Larry are very simpatico today. I'm going Cujo number 2 as well. And now I just looked up to see that dog you guys made. Where do I have the Cujo dog? Oh no, I have another cabinet.
So Darren, we both have Cujo number 2.
I agree. Yep, Cujo number 2. I think that was one of her best. I don't know. Again, a mother character trying to protect her son. I don't think there's anything wrong with that film.
No.
Mm-mm. There's not a lot bad I can say about that.
Oh. Well, then back to
we'll get in number 1, which I'm not positive, but I would probably be damn near positive it's everybody's number 1.
Nope.
No, wow.
Nope.
I know what you're gonna say because
number 1 to me, of course, is fucking E.T.
Oh, fuck you.
Not a horror movie.
We didn't say horror movie. We said D. Wallace movies.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true. Okay.
You're right. Yeah, no, don't worry. We're not saying E.T.
Well, E.T. is by far the best fucking one. So
that's true. And Cujo, she is physical. That's one of the most physical approaches to her roles she's ever really done. Right.
E.T.'s the tale of a little Ethiopian boy who's trying to find home.
Oh,
you are not. My number 1, and this is why, though those of you who haven't seen it, it is fucking amazing. Even though the dream stuff's a little bit weird, the kills are cool. That clock is awesome. They kill a kid in a wheelchair. Whenever you kill somebody in a wheelchair, you become legit. You don't see too many wheelchair kills. You have the Jason. You have part 3. What is it? Part 2 or part 3?
Everyone who likes our stream, please give it a thumbs up because we got.
What was the wheelchair killing Jason? Was it part 2?
Part 2.
Part 2 or 3?
Part 2, right?
Okay. The way the guy went rolling down the stairs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Popcorn's my number 1. I love that movie.
Really? Oh, well,
that Jill Shalene is somebody who she was in that. She was in the Brad Pitt slasher. She was in When a Stranger Calls Back. She's quietly been in a lot of decent horror movies, and people don't. She's somebody I'd love to see pop up in a con. Popcorn's such a fun movie. I love it. So that's my number 1. Now I am curious though, because
thanks for the jumping likes, guys.
Like the Howling.
That's my number 1, of course. That is the best. Okay.
What's your number 1? Howling?
Yes.
Yeah. Darren is a big werewolf guy, though.
Yeah, no, I know. Howling's in my top 5. Howling's an awesome film.
Yeah, the original Howling film, so good. When she walks in that porn shop and she's seeing that guy in the fucking video room and the first transformation and she's scared. Great film. Great movie. Obviously, there's a rival between the Howling film and American Werewolf in London. We can all agree that the best transformation scene is American Werewolf in London. Everyone knows that. It's one of the best they ever did. But The Howling, as far as a story and as far as like, it's just so good. It's just so good. They put so much into that.
Howling is great.
It's a great ride all the way through. Love The Howling. Dee Wallace was fantastic in that movie. If I were to ever have her sign anything, it's definitely going to be a Howling piece for sure.
That would be up. For me, it would be Cujo. Even though Popcorn I like better, for her though, it's like she's the mother in Cujo. Jill Shalene's the bigger name in Popcorn. In Cujo, she's the one you'd want.
Yeah.
Okay, very nice, folks.
I already have popcorn, so I'd pick Cujo too, though. I had to get another one.
Are we going to delve into our non-horror movie? This is moving along nicely. This is a good show today.
Well, here's the thing. With my choice for the film, the second film we're gonna talk about, there's a lot of aspects about it that could be horror, right? Like the interesting thing. Okay, let me tell you this. Let me just say it this way. Okay, when you go into watching a comedy film, you know it's a comedy, right? It's gonna be funny. It's gonna try to be funny. It's gonna try to make you laugh. It's gonna try to make you that type of feeling, right?
Okay.
With a movie like Clue, which we're going to talk about now, there's some nuances throughout the film that to me bring it into that horror aspect, right? It's mainly a mystery.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Suspense, who done it. I don't know
it's
about
mainly
horror.
a mystery, who done it, but it holds up to me as a horror film.
Okay.
And you guys want to get started? You guys want to do it?
Yeah, you picked it. Why don't you?
Now, guys, in the chat, we're going to talk about Clue, 1985. One of the great, in my opinion, Tim Curry films. What I really like about Clue, and the reason I wanted to choose it this week, is because I was always a fan of the game growing up. The movie itself is good in my opinion, and we'll talk about the reasons why between the three of us. But Tim Curry, if you want to look at Tim Curry as an actor, this is one of his best films where he just went all out, right? He narrated and mainly acted the entire film from start to finish. The amount of lines he had to do and try to recreate the story. Remember when he was telling all the people, like at the end of the film, like recreating how it happened, and there was, what was it, 3 different stories, 3 different endings.
Yep.
Fantastic showmanship on Tim Curry. So nobody can say Tim Curry is a shit actor, or he only had one good thing that was Rocky Horror Picture Show and It. You know, this movie really shows that Tim Curry.
Don't forget Legend.
Well, okay, you're right. Yep, you're absolutely right. Did forget about that at the time. But this, as far as a narrative in a film, I think it's one of the best Tim Curry portrayals of his stage acting training that he's ever done. Start to finish, he was solid the whole way through. Yeah. You guys want to start? I'll wait. I want your guys' opinion first.
Clue, to me, I always view Clue as a comedy. I never really thought of it as anything else, but I guess you're right if you think about it. It does have that suspenseful element. My favorite stuff about Clue isn't the movie itself as much as it is like Tim Curry. He killed it, period. And me personally, a side thing that maybe someone in the chat will know, that the TV show Psych that was on USA, they actually did an episode inspired by Clue. They killed the 2, which is that theme is nice. So I like it. And Ryan Reynolds is going to be in the remake eventually. But the thing is, it doesn't really have 3 endings. And the ending that they say is the final ending really wasn't meant to be. The reason they sent around all these endings is because it is based on the board game. They didn't want the ending spoiled. So I think Phil just mentioned something like that. You don't get all of them. You didn't get all into DVD. They mailed different copies of the movie to different places. And then the ending that they go with, where no offense if this is a spoiler, the movie's from 85, but the one that they say here's what really happened where it would be Tim Curry was actually Mr. Body the whole time. That's the one that makes the least amount of sense if you go back through everything else. So I tend to think it's the one where Peacock and was it Scarlet, the old woman and the brunette were the actual kill. I think that was the second one. But I just love the acting in it. It was fun. Michael McKean was good. Christopher Lloyd was good. Everyone played their role. They weren't super dimensional. They were sort of individualized tropes. But you know what? They're playing off a game show or a board game. So they're meant to be tropes. So I got to say, I'm glad you picked it because it's not one I would have thought of. And I'm glad I got a chance to go back and revisit. I won't go more into it than that. Lawrence.
Okay, so yeah, hey, Lawrence is actually the name on my birth certificate.
I know. I've seen it.
Okay, thanks. So, Clue, another movie I haven't watched in 20 years. Watched it last night. Holy crap. If, like Darren said, if you never thought Tim Curry was a good actor, then you're full of shit because he played such a great role with his lines, just busting them out one by one by one. And he would have parts where there's just like a minute or two straight where he's rambling nonstop and there's no cut scenes really. He's really busting out a line and perfect at almost everything he does. He did the role so awesome playing Wadsworth. It was amazing. I think everybody did good though. Like Michael McKean, God, Christopher Lloyd, of course. Everybody did so good in this movie. So the movie I think was amazing. There was a couple parts, of course, like every movie. The part that I started laughing at out loud was when the original Mr. Body, walks and grabs his briefcase, which is this big, but then pulls out like 6 big ass boxes out of it. They're 3 times altogether. His briefcase would be gigantic. That was funny, but it's a comedy, really. But holy crap. Yeah, I will tell you, the first ending on the movie, I think, is still the one that makes the most sense to me. But the second one made sense too.
I forget how it played out. Was it the girl with dark hair?
Yes.
And then it was the redhead.
Yes, the old lady.
And then it was the gay guy who proclaimed he was gay, right?
Well, the last one was
the FBI agent he said he was gay, he was homosexual, he stood up in the thing, right? That's how it played out. I couldn't remember exactly the.
Well, the first one, that's when like everyone killed. It seems like just about everyone killed somebody. Like there was a lot of people that had blood on their hands in the first one.
Yeah. How hot was the fucking maid? Jesus. Oh my god.
They were just about.
I'm not gonna lie, Wesley and Woman and that top running around, I was starting to feel things I haven't felt for in a long time. I'm not gonna lie. It's like, oh.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, whoever, I guess, who directed this movie?
Here's what's funny. Let me tell you this. I don't remember who directed it, but Deborah Hill produced it.
Uh-huh.
And she produced, what was it, all the Friday the 13th films? Deborah Hill? Was that correct?
I don't know.
I have to look it up.
I'm surprised.
Whoever directed this, though, I think it was just so well made, directed. The whole movie. I mean, truthfully, in my opinion, I did not like it.
Amy Heckerling directed it. Which she's also the one. No, wait, hold on. No, I typed Crew when it came up Crewis. Never mind. I was even going to say.
Sorry, Deborah Hill was all the Halloween films. She produced every Halloween film.
Jonathan Lynch directed Crew.
She also did The Fog, Escape from New York. She pretty much did all Wes Craven stuff.
I think it was so well directed, just the whole story. It was so just well done. I mean, even if the movie isn't that great of a movie, like if you actually just watch it as a whole, it was so well acted and well directed that it just pulled it all together in a whole and it made it a amazing movie in my point of view. But that's me. So, Darren,
I'm gonna say, I thought the movie, which it's gonna seem weird, but it was so clever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like think about like when you watch it back and you see how they did the 3 alternate endings, how much time they had to put into the script, right? And on top of that, it blows me away Tim Curry's acting ability in that movie. I mean, he carried that whole fucking film, the whole movie, when he was like going crazy and exploiting everything and running back and forth and like, could you imagine filming that? That just goes to show that like this man is way beyond what most people give him credit for.
Absolutely,
like way beyond.
That's what it is.
There's something that I mean, even from the way he walked in the house in the beginning with his little hat on and took his shoes off with all the shit from the dogs, and then like it was just such a clever movie. And then like people would walk in and they'd go, like it tied so many elements into that movie that great film. I think not a lot of movies do that these days. They don't It's not. A lot of these movies aren't clever. The story isn't well written like that. You don't see that stuff anymore. You know. And that's my opinion on it. You know.
So, what are your thoughts of the remake happening?
Of Clue?
Yeah.
I didn't even know they were doing it.
It's the only one they have Ryan Reynolds signed on to a deal. Like it's in the it's nothing more firm than that. So what's your rating for it, Darren? Are we gonna get a Darren record here?
No. I think you guys will be surprised. I honestly, if I were to think about this movie as a film holding up, entertainment wise, this and that, I'm gonna give it a 7. I'm going to give it a solid 7. It takes a lot for me to give it an 8 or a 9.
Okay.
I think a 7 is a timely or a timeless rating for this movie. I think that anyone that watches this movie from start to finish will enjoy it. If they love the board game growing up and they love Tim Curry, you're going to fall in love with this movie. The music, everything about it is just the scary mansion, you know, with the lightning striking and just the whole narrative of the film. It just made sense. There was some things that didn't make sense, right? But when you have like 15 fucking stories happening at the same time, like how do you do that? You know, like how do you make it?
The biggest thing that didn't make sense was the endings themselves, which you don't want to think about too much because it'll kill your enjoyment. But like the thing with Tim Curry, for example, the final one when he was the bad guy, he answered the phone. He knew the cops, he knew the FBI were coming, yet he still took the time to confess to everybody, including an FBI agent, what he did. That would have made sense. Or the one with when it was Reservoir Ann Warren, and it's like, why would she be trying to was it Miss White? Blackmail Miss White because of information from her husband, because that husband was one who was dead already. And they said so earlier in the show. So, but if you don't focus on that, if you just see the lunacy running around at the end, I don't know. I got to give it more than a 7 because I feel I can't go as low as Darren, but I can't go as high as the last one either. So we're gonna go 7.5.
Okay, I mean, all right, mine.
It's deserved. It's deserved.
I have one point of the movie that bothered me was the fact that so Mr. Body, the original Mr. Body, didn't know what was going on. He actually came in not knowing everybody was going to be there, yet he had a briefcase already full of things to give all them. So that was weird until I saw.
People wanted to see the winning photos again, so we're just going to keep that up for a little bit.
Okay, so the reason that I then later on thought about, okay, now I understand why he didn't know what was going on, but he comes in with a briefcase full of weapons and boxes, was because Wadsworth really was Mr. Body, like he said at the end, and that was his butler, and he was giving a letter telling him to come there and play Mr. Body and bring this briefcase full of weapons. So to me, that is it really is the ending, because it actually makes sense with that part in the movie.
Yeah, but that doesn't make sense with him telling the story at the end. Or why would he be reading a letter that he addressed to himself? You know, when he opens up that letter. So again, they all have flaws, but you know what? That's like saying we love horror movies. We could be like, how the fuck does that guy come back from the dead? Once you're dead, you're dead. You know what I mean? So don't think about too much.
My rating, I'm gonna rate it a little bit higher than y'all. I'm gonna give it an 8 because I think the acting was so fucking well done and the directing was so well done. I don't care about the actual ending or the storyline. It was such a good acting movie and such good directed. I'm gonna give it an 8.
Wow, I'm surprised you guys went higher than me.
And I'm wearing a Clue shirt, which nobody can see right now. But
that's amazing. That Clue shirt's awesome, dude. Hold on. Go ahead and show your shirt.
Yeah, I'm wearing my.
That's cool, man. I'd love to have that.
That I got back from a Nerd Block back when they existed for, real.
They're coming back.
I will.
Let me go back to embarrassing people. There we go. Okay. Sorry about that.
I'm an ugly ass girl.
Dude, you're hot as fuck.
No, I'm not gonna lie. When you don't got that wig on, that other photo, you're looking kind of sexy there. Just saying, Miss Hillary Swank.
Larry's hot as fuck, dude. Look at that chocolate. I'd love to slide on that chest.
I bet you would. I bet you would. The best thing about that chocolate, one, and the 2 Snicker bars, but the best thing about that chocolate is I somehow didn't make a huge mess.
Good deal. I didn't think about getting in the shower. I stood in front of the shower and Bree was pouring it all over me and trying to rub it in, and that shit was dripping all down on the ground everywhere. And somehow I turned and it flung on the fucking wall.
I'm throwing feces. Okay.
If you guys are enjoying this episode, please give us a thumbs up. This episode will definitely be staying up.
Let's get like Spike.
Mm-hmm.
So what's next, Darren? You want to tackle some news? You want to tackle some Replicon? What do you want?
I want to show you guys some stuff. I know some of you guys are collectors.
Definitely.
They just announced, if you've seen the new Predator film, they just announced the fucking Uber Predator prototype. I want to show it to you guys real quick. Obviously, it's in the prototype. There's no paint or anything like that, but I do want to show it to you guys because I think you'll enjoy it. So I'll show you what we got here. So you can see compared to the regular size NECA that you would get. Let me click on it. There we go. So you guys can see, obviously it's the prototype, just straight resin, but it looks pretty cool. I'm wondering how they're going to package this up. Here's another shot of it.
No, that's badass.
That's badass, right?
My only thing, though, is I think there's way too many Predators.
I agree, but they haven't done the big guy, right? They haven't done the big guy yet. It's new. I'll just show you the last one.
How about? Oh, that looks good too. You know,
it's dope, right? It's big. It's at least like 3 to 4 inches bigger than a regular NECA.
I got a question for you two. It might be good. Those in the chat too. What horror figure that would have to be oversized would you most want to see them make?
What is it?
What horror figure that would have to be oversized would you most want to see made? Or is this it for you? Is for you like the Ultimate Predator? Is that the one you're like, that's it?
No, not really. I mean, I'm not. There's nothing. I like that figure. I'm definitely going to get that figure, but I don't think that it's a huge selling point, right? Because it's you have to get that one. If you got the first one in that from the new film, you got to get that one, right? But it's I think NECA really needs to step up their game. They really need to stop doing the Pennywise figures. It's done. Well,
no, I got to stop you with that. I agree. The fact that they're having a 4th one come out, but that 4th one is amazing. The 3rd one with the well maybe didn't need to happen, but that 4th one, you have, I think one of them lights up. You finally got the lobster on. That 4th one killed it. So I'm okay with the. I can't say no to the 4th. Like I don't have the. I think I'm eventually going to trade for the one from Brian. I don't have the GameStop one, but the well one I didn't care about when I saw it. This one, when I saw it with the lights and the teeth, this one's pretty awesome. And you can't, let's face it, how many Jason Ultimates are there? So there's a room for it. You know what I mean? But we're talking about 4 Pennywise versus like 40 Predators.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, I think they need to stop with the Predator shit too, because I got to stop buying it. I can't afford it.
But what about a figure? What would be, if you could pick an oversized figure that you'd like to see made? Do you have one in particular or no?
I haven't really thought about it.
Larry, what about you?
Mine would be the tall man from Phantasm, because that's one of my favorite figures ever, or it's one of my favorite horror characters ever. When I was a kid, I was so scared of the tall man.
You want to see a big version of
it. You want a big version.
A big oversized tall man. Angus Scrim.
That'd be nice. I'm going to go with one that's the thing I first thought of with oversized. I would love to see Clownzilla.
Oh, yeah.
They'll never get that property. The Cheeto, what is it? The Cheeto brothers. They own that. They own the shit out of that, and they're supposed to do a remake.
I thought we were the Cheeto brothers.
Oh, Krampus! You know what? That would be another. How about Special K? I'd be honest. I'd love an awesome Krampus figure from the Krampus. Yeah, from the movie.
Mm-hmm.
That would be. That's something I'm surprised we don't have yet, aside from Pops, which we don't have yet.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think of like a large, oversized figure. Oh man.
Is that alien?
Okay, I hate to say it, and this could bridge into the next thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I don't know how many of you guys saw Leprechaun Returns. It just dropped yesterday.
Okay.
Some of us have seen it.
Yep.
Some of us have not. So
in
I
essence,
be careful with what I say.
2/3 of us have seen it. Yes.
Obviously, it wouldn't be an oversized figure because the character is so small, but it would be cool to see them start doing some Leprechaun stuff.
Okay.
I think that the franchise and the property could be obtained because Lionsgate owns it. Warwick Davis has nothing to do with it. And I think a lot of the holdup from back in the day was because of Warwick Davis. And I think that now they're seeing there's such a, you know, it's an indie film. I think that it would be cool if we got a Leprechaun figure from the new film. In Ultimate, that would be great. That would be great. As far as oversized,
is that alien that they haven't made that you'd like to see? Like, is there like a mother alien or something?
I mean, they've recently done the largest sized Ultimate that I recently picked up of the alien figures. They're a little bit larger boxed, but that's another thing they need to stop doing: Predator and Alien stuff. I think that it's run its course.
Well, they'll stop doing it when you stop buying it.
Well, let me tell you something. This is something that I've wanted for a while, and it might sound weird as hell to a lot of y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Not really horror. I would just like to have a figure of this, whether it be Arachnophobia or a 10 Cloverfield Lane. I want a fucking John Goodman fucking figure.
Yeah.
Even if it's a fucking, give me a Dan from Roseanne.
You know what? Migo might do a Dan from Roseanne.
Well, it won't be Roseanne. It might be the Connors.
Migo's not going to touch Rosanna for all her controversy.
No. I would love to have a fucking goddamn John Goodman figure, though.
I love John Goodman.
That dude's awesome.
Along those lines of a big guy figure, I'm still waiting for the Tucker and Dale figures, too.
Jay's in the chat. Come on, Jay. Let's do it. Let's do an Arachnophobia John Goodman.
Oh,
yeah.
God. Fucking kill, dude.
Absolutely would. And he's like all suited up.
Mm-hmm.
Some spiders in the face.
I don't get to pick the movies until our next show. I might have to go with Arachnophobia just so I got to revisit it. I haven't seen that in a while.
I love Arachnophobia, man. It's such a good movie.
I haven't seen that in a while. But let me talk a little bit about Leprechaun, and I won't spoil anything. I won't, other than stuff that you can see from the trailer. If you see it from the trailer, it's not spoiling, in my opinion.
You're all good, man. Go.
I love the fact that they bring back Ollie. The continuity of the story. It works perfectly. It gives you what you don't have, whereas this is a direct sequel to the original, just like Halloween is supposed to be a direct sequel to the original. It doesn't create holes. Any hole you would have is filled instantly. When you're like, why does he look different? The guy talks about it because I rotted for a while and I got smaller. He sounds different. This happened. Everything that you would be like, what about is covered. Then you get the characters themselves. They all have the depth you would expect from movie characters. They all have that one personalities, and they're different. There's some funny lines in it. There's some really cool stuff with him assimilating to the year 25. Like there's a funny funny comment he makes about the new cars. Like, oh, those are the like.
Oh yeah.
Like I will tell you this.
Prius, wasn't it a Prius or something?
I did not. I loved that new Puppet Master movie, and you people have been watching me, heard me talk about it. It'll be my top 10 of the year. This one isn't going to be in my top 10. I'm not going to be there. But if I was doing a top 20, which I'm not, it probably would be, because I think it did what you didn't think it could do. Make an interesting, fun movie that doesn't make you miss Warwick Davis, and the story works. It got a little, at parts, which is why I don't have it higher. But if you like the Leprechaun movies, I personally think it's the second best one after the original. But
Oh hell!
Come at me, bro. What? No. Which one would you say other?
I'm sorry, I'm scratching my face with my painted nails, but
I really do. I think after the original, and
I know I seem less legitimate, but I can see your take on it. I'll just leave it at that.
Oh, you don't like it? You don't like it?
No, it's not that I didn't like it. I liked it. Craig.
Oh,
Jesus.
God, Darren.
I haven't seen it, so I can't say anything.
Yeah, no, that's why I didn't want to do anything spoiler.
No, I really like the movie. I think that it was clever how they tied it into the first film. And they knocked
that shit.
The comedy sucked. The comedy sucked. The fucking main girl sucked.
I wish they
would show more of the black girl or the girl with the nice tits and the nice legs.
All the black girl did was have sex, and was stupid.
Like 3 times,
and was stupid. Like, do you think he's dead? I know. Anyway,
I know.
I will tell you this: there is a scene in the movie, and I'm not going to tell you. It pays homage to it. It's a pretty good scene.
How? Which one? I didn't notice it. I watched it late night last night.
You didn't notice it. It's so obviously paying homage to it.
Which scene?
When the flooding was in the basement.
Oh, okay. I see.
Okay. Yeah. It was so good. It was good.
Okay.
It was fun. Like the character.
Some of the kills were cool. I like the mailman kill with the head, and he runs it over.
Well, how about? Well, no, you know.
I like the solar panel.
That might be getting. Don't do spoilers.
Okay. I won't spoil it.
The solar
panel. You guys can watch it.
The solar panel was in the preview.
That's okay. What I didn't like about the film is obviously we're all fans of Warwick Davis. We're so used to Warwick Davis being the Leprechaun. The voice annoyed the shit out of me. He sounded like some drunk British guy. He didn't even sound Irish.
Well, how about this?
That's what annoyed me the most when we started seeing the trailers. But once you actually see the film, it makes a little bit of sense.
His voice is okay. Jay, I'm going to comment on what you said in a second. But if you watch it, pay attention to this. Maybe it was just me. But the one white guy, the guy who kept banging the black girl, it sounds as at times like he was slipping into an Irish accent. Like, it could just be in my head, but I kind of feel like at times he'd talk normal and then it'd be a little bit, and then he'd go back to being normal. So I don't know if he's really Irish or he was just fucking around because it's a Leprechaun. But Jay just asked something that I think will be good if you want to bring it around to the next mountain. Jay asked, what do we think about Silent Night, Deadly Night 2? Do you think they should have stopped with the first one? With the NECA that I'll be honest with you, Jay, I wasn't going to buy the goddamn thing. And then yesterday, when officially was releasing, I talked myself into it just for the continuity of it. But yes, I think they should definitely stop with the first one, so I didn't have to spend that type of money on a figure and a DVD. I don't necessarily care that much.
But it's not about the money, it's about the film. Should they have stopped with the film?
Well, no, he's talking about this. He said NECA Silent Night, Deadly Night 2.
Oh, okay.
He's talking about because at least as far as the movie, it was cheesy, but at least there was a reason. The killer was the guy's brother, and he went mad when he found out what happened to him. So, you know, like if anything, I'd shit on the one with Mickey Rourke. What was that, 3 or 4?
Mm-hmm.
But that said, we were gonna. Phil's like his ship yesterday. Phil, you're one of the people that Phil's getting it, so okay, I guess I gotta fucking get the goddamn, and I did. But since you mentioned Silent Night, Deadly Night, the other mountain we were gonna do for you tonight was based on Christmas horror movies.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you know, we painstakingly came up with our top 4. Although I would be surprised if every one of us doesn't have the same number 1.
Similar.
We'll see. But would you like to do that? And Larry, would you like? No, Larry started last time. So why don't we let Larry go last this time?
Okay. All right. Do you want me to go?
Yeah, you can start, and I'll go next.
Okay, so it was a tough one because it's hard to think about Christmas movies and narrow them down to top 4s or whatever. Look at my frogs, dude, just hanging out. Look at these lazy fucks. I'm gonna go with Krampus for 4. I think it was good for what it was. I think that it was a newer film, but it's definitely one that's gonna stay. It has some longevity to it. Mm-hmm. It was creepy at times. I like the fact that the kids died in it. Because not a lot of films do that. So I'm going to go with Krampus for my number 4.
And then even when they're all brought back at the end, they're trapped in the grove. I'm going to say this. Krampus is a movie I hated the first time I saw it, and then it was on cable so often I keep throwing on as I'm going to bed. It's grown on me. So, but I wouldn't say that. Someone did say Die Hard. He said he was just joking. I agree. Die Hard is a great Christmas movie, though, but not. Oh, Terry, I'll shoot you a sub too. For me, my number 4 is a new movie from last year that not many of you have seen. That I don't want to spoil because I think the less you know of it, the better. But just view it as a creepy as fuck Home Alone type movie. Better watch out. It's a home invasion. It's a babysitter. It's Home Alone to hell. I enjoyed the hell out of this creepy movie. And the weird callback to it is 2 of the 3 actors were from M. Night Shyamalan's The Visit.
Okay. Well, my number 4 is also You Better Watch Out. The movie is an actual amazing Christmas movie, even though it doesn't have a lot of Christmas aspects in it, except for the plot of the movie, I guess, outside of what's going on is during Christmas time. But it is a great movie. If you haven't seen, you better watch out, or better watch out.
Better watch out.
Better watch out.
You better watch out is the 1980 movie that became Christmas Evil, and no one wants to accidentally see that.
Christmas Evil's not that bad.
It's not that bad.
Come on, it's. Would you really want to rewatch it?
Santa Sleigh. We should watch Santa Sleigh when Goldberg like kicks people in the face and they fall into like shit where they die.
What do you think about? Have you seen Goldberg now has his commercials on TV where he's pretty much reenacting Santa Sleigh?
No.
Yeah, I think it's like a car commercial.
That's probably why I don't have cable.
Maybe it's just maybe it's just down in Texas.
Maybe I doubt it.
Local. Okay. Anyway, what do you got, Darren? I mean, Darren. What's your number 3?
My number 3. Whoo! Jack Frost. Love Jack Frost. Love the serial killer aspect of it in the beginning of the film. Love that he gets transformed into a snowman. Starts killing people. It's a good movie. I mean, it's okay. It's not a great movie, but it's if you want to start watching some horror films around Christmas time, it's something you have to throw in the rotation for sure. I'm gonna go ahead with that.
Okay. I like Jack Frost too. I actually think as far as the lunacy goes, I like Jack Frost 2 better because it doesn't pretend anymore, and you got the snowballs, the evil snowballs, and everything. And now he's no longer he came up with that resistance to the antifreeze. I am going to not say Jack Frost though, although that scene with Shannon Elizabeth, I want to get that autographed if she's willing to do it. Christmas came early this year. I don't know. I know it's a rape scene, but it's a snowman rape scene, so it's not as bad. My number 3 is a movie that there's a chance. See, here's my reasoning for this number 3. I had to pick a movie with a killer Santa. Okay? And some of you are going to hear me say this and be like, dude, that's your number 3. It is because it's the best killer Santa movie that I could come up with because it's the most unusual. The movie is called All Through the House. And the killer Santa is not only killing people, but he's taking their penises. And I'm just going to leave it at that. There's so much more to the movie than that. But if that doesn't make you go, what the fuck is he smoking? And I don't. But it is so strange. It is so out there. I definitely recommend seeing All Through the House. And it has some cool twists, too, believe it or not. It's that type of movie.
All right. My number 3 is
I just think you like hoarding penises, and it's like a fantasy of yours.
Why do I need to collect them when I have so many of my own?
My jarred penises.
My number 3 is an original back in the days. Not way back, but back a while back. Not the remake, but Black Christmas. It is the original Black Christmas movie. It is, to me, one of the movies that I first saw Christmas horror-wise growing up as a kid. And I I don't know. I just love it. So pretty much it.
Absolutely. And down.
So you guys have heard me talk about this a couple times, and it's a movie that came out in the later 2000s. I think it was like 2011.
I know what you got.
It was a Norwegian film called Rare Exports: A Christmas Story. Great movie. I think it was a great representation of a Santa Claus as an evil Santa Claus. I also really like the fact that it was super dark. Like, it just had this dark feeling to it the whole movie. And we talk about the build-up, right? How I don't really like the slow burns, but I really like this movie because it was very ominous the whole way through. Great movie. If you've never seen it, Rare Exports: A Christmas Story, you need to watch it. I think you would enjoy it.
There's a lot of people that see that as a Krampus movie, but they never actually name it. They never actually say what it is in the ice. They never actually use that word. So I like that too, that subtlety of it. So I like the I mean, the subtitles are,
Yeah, but if you're gonna watch a movie and you're gonna watch it for what
listen. Some of my favorite. I told you my top 5 movies. Period. One of them has subtitles. Horror too. I love that movie. High Tension subtitles, so I could deal with it. But it's like sometimes that goes slow. You mentioned a slow burn. A slow burn with subtitles sometimes can be tough.
Yeah. I don't feel like it's that much of a slow burn though, because there isn't much action that happens, but there's a lot of creepiness that happens throughout it. So it doesn't leave you lingering for too long where you're not kind of like, oh,
that's true.
That's great. You know what I mean? It's a good one. It's a good one.
Okay. So my number two. Yeah, I gotta say it. I feel if I don't, it's not fair to movies, and it does count. Gremlins.
But do you consider it horror?
Those monsters are killing people. They are killing people. They are monsters.
I know.
It's a fun movie. You know what I mean? It's like I gotta be on. I think enough people do consider it like a PG-13 horror movie or whatever, but I got to be fair because it's a good one. Let's face it. You guys just did the Gremlins ornament. Everyone loves the freaking movie. I got it. I'm going with Gremlins.
Yeah, well, let me go ahead and say my number 2 was also Gremlins. And Darren, you can't say anything, being a monster fan. Gremlins 2, featuring Grandpa. Gremlins is my number 2. I mean, it's an awesome movie, and it's like one of the most famous Christmas horror movies there is.
It's true. I love Robbie the Robot. I love all that. The way the dad was, and it is a classic. I agree.
I can't believe how many we agreed on. I can't believe how many directly we agreed on today, Larry. It's very strange.
My brother.
What's your number 1, Darren?
Hold on, my pipple's like getting crazy. Is Mommy home? Where's Mommy? Huh? Go get Mommy. Go. Go get her. Go get Mommy.
People under the stairs again?
He just said a pit bull after his wife. Go get her.
Obviously, Black Christmas is my number 1. Love that movie.
Yeah.
There's not much bad to say about it. It's a classic Christmas horror film. There's a lot of cool shit that happens in it, when I think about Christmas and horror, I think about Black Christmas. It's the only way.
And I also think Black Christmas is the movie that everyone gives Halloween the credit for being.
You think so?
I do. I do. Because the only thing is you don't ever actually see Billy in the original. Like, you only see the eye. I loved it. I love Black Christmas, my number 1. I love the remake, although not as much because they add way too much to it I don't know about. That you didn't need to have add in there, like made up incest, there's the extra this, there's the extra that. Do you know my favorite sort of weird spin detail of Black Christmas?
What?
Do you know in Behind the Mask, the Wesley Vernon story? That's who everyone thinks the old man is. Billy.
What?
Yeah, remember the old man who's mentoring him and talking about back in my day? That's who people say he was, Billy.
You
know, can it be found streaming?
Probably.
I don't know. You know what? I think it is on Shudder. I don't know if you have Shudder. If you don't, if you don't, it's not even saying. I think it's worth the $5 a month. But if you're tight on cash, just Google like Shudder codes. They got month-free codes out there. I'm sure you can find one pretty easily.
All right. Well, so I guess I'm the last one. Black Christmas was my number 3.
Yeah, I know. I'm curious.
So, my number 1. I'm a little younger at heart than you guys.
Krampus.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I love Krampus. I think when I first watched Krampus a couple years ago, Krampus just blew me away. It is so well, I think, made. Just the graphics and everything. It's a good story. Whether what people, well, I mean, I've never heard anybody say anything bad about it. But Krampus is an awesome movie, and it's something that it's like not too scary. Like, I have kids. My kids watched it, and they fucking love it. If you ask them, that's their favorite Christmas movie ever. It's just a good movie, in my opinion. I mean, I'll never.
No, it's a fun movie. I'd like to see them make more product from it too, like more of those little creatures. Hey, Jay and Aaron, make more of the creatures from the Krampus movies. That's sort of like the creatures in the Digging for the Marrow. It would be fun to see a few of those done.
Cupid.
But just because I rooted this before, and I don't want to leave people hanging in case they're curious, I mentioned Dee Wallace was in one of the worst Christmas horror movies ever. There was a movie called Red Christmas, right? I believe it's Red Christmas. And in this movie, the child she tried to abort because he had mental difficulties and she couldn't have 2 children with mental difficulties, finds her and just wants to be loved. And then winds up killing as many people as he can. It is so the people in it, like there's one good person in it. Guess what? The person who has the best heart. Well, there's 2 good people who have hearts. The person who has the best heart, guess what? They get killed real quick. The other one is the other kid who is mentally challenged, who's like, you tried to kill. Did you want to kill me too? No, just him. No, I didn't want to kill him. Your father made. It was so, like, I was so excited. Oh, a new Christmas horror movie. Like, whenever I see a Christmas horror movie, I get yay. Like, I just watched Sleigh Bells and that other one, the creatures, all the creatures, and they're both okay. Well, no, Sleigh Bells sucks. The Creatures is okay. 2 of the vignettes are pretty good. It's an anthology, like All Through the Night or The Creatures Through the Night. Phil can give the exact title in the chat, I'm sure. But The Croak Hold My Skin On, man. Yeah. Oh, let me read my Des knows. Do you agree with me, Des, on it being as like skin crawling, or do you like that one? Like it's just so icky. I don't know. Just no. And she has a huge role in the Dee Wallace. Might be the biggest role she played in a movie in a long time. Okay. I purged a little bit. I feel better. Yes, that says it's awful. I'm so glad. I know I'm not crazy. Well, not tiring anyway.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I'm taking meds for that part. That's okay.
All right.
God.
What's next? We're going to talk about next episode or what?
Yeah, we might as well.
We have about 10 minutes left of how long we're supposed to go.
Yeah. I mean, we're going to get offline and talk outside of live, but
so you
know, we got 10 minutes. We have at least 10 minutes for the good people.
Well, on 10 minutes, we're going to talk about next week and everything else, and
not next week, next show.
Next show, I mean.
Well, when is the next show? Let's start with that.
We're hoping to do a show right around Christmas. That's our goal. So maybe 2 weeks, something like that.
Maybe it'll be probably around between Christmas and New Year's, right after Christmas, before New Year's.
Yeah, something like that. Something like that.
Whoa. My birthday? You want to do a show on my birthday? I don't know if I want to do that.
Birthday show.
No. I'm turning 40, goddammit. Where did time go? Well, it depends on what day you want to do it. If you want to stick to Wednesdays, it would be the 26th.
So the day after Christmas.
Yes, and then we could do a whole segment on what Santa bought us, or on how we beat Santa when he showed up the house, or how you beat off.
I'm killing that motherfucker. He shows up at my house, he's getting shot.
Or how you beat off Santa when he came to your house. Either way.
Yeah.
Santa never brings me anything.
I know. Fuck.
Good thing Santa Raymond did yesterday.
Santa Raymond did.
That's why you guys show your kids more horror movies with Santa doing awful things. So do you want Santa to come to the house to be like, no, Daddy, no. No, Terry, if you do it on my birthday would be a Friday night. I don't know if you're going to get as many people watching on a Friday night. Wednesday night, people are like, fuck it, I'm staying in. Friday night, it's like, no, I'm going out. So, which I'm probably going to be doing anyway on my birthday. But I think that's good, the 26th.
Mm-hmm.
Barry,
all right, so let's talk about next week.
What letter, Barry?
So
I guess the letter that Raymond sent me. Let me read that real fast for Lacrosse 55.
I knew there was a crossover to the Red Christmas because he kept saying that. Let me read the letter.
Fuck Larry. I hope Santa empties his big sack on you this Christmas. His sack is full because he only comes once a year. This is nothing compared to the big package Santa will give you. I however, wanted to give you a little Christmas gift. Love, your boyfriend, Last Pharaoh.
Oh,
dude, I saw the shit you got. I'll take him talking schmack to get some of that cool stuff. Hey, I get a birthday Christmas gift, buddy. How about that, Barry? Where are you, Ramon? I call Raymond Ramon just because he didn't want to have a D in his name. It doesn't make sense.
Just wait till you get that Christmas gift from him. It'll be a fucking turd in a fucking stocking.
At least somebody cared enough to send me something. So what are the movies for next week or for the 26th?
Yeah, all right. That's all on Larry.
So for the next show, we will be reviewing one of my all-time favorites, 1976, Tobe Hooper, Eaten Alive.
Ooh.
Starring Marilyn Burns, Robert Englund. A good crocodile movie or alligator.
Okay, now I didn't know what you're talking about at first. I'm like, I got you. Now I know. I got you.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice.
Tobe Hooper, of course, who everybody knows from Texas Chainsaw Massacre, original director. Eaten Alive. Also, the second movie, 1985, not horror, kind of a sci-fi movie.
Ooh.
Made by Ron Howard.
Oh.
Cocoon.
What?
One of my favorites. Yes.
Really?
I love Cocoon.
Where can I even find that?
Wilford Brimley.
Oh my god!
I think I've watched Cocoon once in my life, so it'd be great to revisit.
There's a lot of old women in Cocoon. I guarantee you watch it a lot.
No, I haven't seen it that many times. I'm excited to watch that one.
Cocoon is amazing, and Cocoon 2 is also good.
So, folks, are you ready for the challenge? And this challenge is going to be a little different because it's also going to eat up part of our episode because we're going to play the videos as segments. And we'll probably do it throughout the show. But this challenge, since Darren wanted us to go get creative, and I'm still fucking washing the chocolate off. Not really, but it sounded good to say that. Is we're going to each perform musically 2 songs. Now, you could do it with the music in the background. You could do it acoustically. Either way, though, it has to be your voice. That's the rule. It's got to be your voice. It's not a lip-sync thing. Okay? So you got to be singing along to it at least. I'm going to give a song that we're all going to do. Every one of us has to do. And then we have what we're going to call the redemption song. Because these guys are like, hey, I can really sing. Don't pick a song bad for me. So then we all can do our own one song. And then you'll vote on with who did the one song best, who did the other best. And then if there's a tie, you pick a winner. But the song, just because, and I told them about it, they know this is coming, and it'll enable Darren to put on a dress. The song that we are all going to sing is Hit Me Baby One More Time by Britney Spears.
Oh, God.
And then the redemption song is whichever we choose. I'm leaning towards, I have one I'm leaning towards, and we'll show we'll maybe do the Britney Spears ones throughout, and maybe at the end we'll do the.
I'm going to say maybe it's cold outside, so we can be controversial.
No, because that would work well for the voice.
Yeah,
you know, baby, it's cold. That could be the one you do for Redemption, though. Baby, it's cold outside. Oh, by the way, who's that? I got to say something too. I don't that blonde and Nicole Arba, who does all the YouTube videos, who's sort of the edgy and controversial, who like ever since she started picking on big people annoyed me. But she put out a minute video on the whole "baby, it's cold outside" thing. Go watch it. I hate to say I'm giving her press. She actually puts it in perfect sense. In a minute, it explains it. So anyone complaining about that song probably won't listen to us for longer than 10 minutes anyway. But just she explains it perfectly. Like, come on, get over it. Stop it.
Mm-hmm.
But baby, one more time. Oh, baby.
Hit me, baby, one more time.
Yeah. See, my question is, do I want to try to do the whole dancing thing?
Oh, fuck no.
No,
I don't know. Well, no, I might. I don't know. I may, do I want to really just own this? Do I want to come out and yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
I'd love to see you in a plaid skirt and some bombs in your hair.
I do have plaid pajama pants. That might be as close as you get.
You have to cut them short.
Baby.
You have to cut them all the way to upper thighs.
The Buffalo Bill song.
Holy crap! You see that? Lacrosse said Buffalo Bill song. Larry,
go ahead, play it.
If he only knew.
Oh no, I'm going to tell him. I'm going to tell him if only he knew. Just so you know, he tucked for Darren the other day. He did a full tuck for Darren and his wife.
We have a video. We're not gonna show it, but we have a video.
I do me. Would you do
of
me?
Larry tucking his penis between his legs and dancing to the Buffalo Bill song.
I do me so hard.
I wanted to show it so bad tonight. We'll see.
No.
Maybe one of these days.
That'll be on a video that gets deleted after.
Yeah.
No, that'll be the one. I know one day, Barry, you and I are going to say something horrible, and that video will not only not get deleted, somehow it'll accidentally send it to YouTube.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The video where he ate shit is gone. It never existed. Oh,
yeah,
man.
It got deleted. I don't know what happened.
I got to say something. Chat, you've been great tonight. I'm so happy to see Jay and Dez in. Dez, I love a lot of the stuff you were saying. Jay, I hope you write down some ideas for your figures, because I think Krampus would be awesome. John Goodman would be awesome. And God knows we keep buying them. Right. Man, but this was I think this was a good show.
Yeah, we had a great first episode.
We had a great second episode. Yep.
We had a great second episode.
It was a first episode redo.
That's gonna be the running gag every week.
That's right.
It's a great first episode. Isn't it your fourth season? Yeah, but it's the first episode.
But we love you guys. Thank you for hanging out tonight. We're gonna close out the evening. Thanks for hanging out. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys had a few laughs. And yeah, we're back. We're ready. We're gonna have a good time. Expect more funny things and great things coming from us.
Corpse Memory downloaded the video. If he sent it to you, could you repost it?
Still have a video to download it. Yeah. If I get sent anything in an email, you can email at rlbtfilms@gmail.com.
Well, he's going to hold it ransom for his award.
You know what? You do that. You'll get.
Let me show the award. Hold on. I still got it. I'm telling you right now.
He hasn't gone in the He hasn't gone in the basement.
I haven't gone in the basement. Look at this.
Apparently, that's where his lamination is, in the basement.
Yeah, you can see it. You have your award. Look at my fingernails. I look like a fucking woman. Look at this.
Hold on. Terry's like, we should sing. I feel pretty.
I feel pretty.
I feel pretty and witty and gay.
Yeah.
And how I feel. I don't know the rest of it. Something about those goals on me tonight.
Yeah, but we love you guys. Thank you for hanging out tonight. We're going to close it out at 9 o'clock.
You see what Jay said?
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, Jay, I agree.
Keep it on to Jay.
Just look forward to this thumbnail that'll be up tomorrow for the show.
Oh man.
We're excited about that. So
and tell your friends, damn it. We're gonna hit a stride, and it's just gonna keep going.
If you guys aren't subscribed to this channel, please do. Give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed this show. We love you guys. If anyone wants to talk to us after the show, we are going to be talking a little bit, drinking more beer. More than welcome to join us. Just hit us up on Facebook. But yeah, we enjoyed the show. I hope you guys did. Hope you guys watched Clue and People Under the Stairs. I hope you guys are excited for Cocoon and Eaten Alive next episode, as well as the singing challenge. I think it'll be fun.
Cocoon, no.
Yeah. So
I'm excited for that as much as you are for me doing your challenge.
Yeah, I know, right?
Okay, which is, you know what? No, but the challenge isn't for me. You think I want to sing Britney Spears? It's for the people.
You're the one who fucking made it happen.
So did you want us all to cover ourselves in chocolate? Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody. All right. We love you guys. Have a good night. Have a great rest of your week. We'll see you guys right after Christmas. Bye.
Peace.